coming at you live where the gridiron grows. This is the Alexander Scoop Jones podcast. Breaking down the GFL news coming fast. From Gwinnett County, we shine that light. Ton new football, every play, every fight. It's all about the kids. Every pass, every run. We suit up on Saturday mornings, yeah, we bring that fun. So huddle up, y'all. The whistle's about to blow. Let's talk GFL and let the good times roll.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. If you've been keeping up with the GFL 10U playoffs, well, you know this season's been pretty wild.
Yeah.
Lots of drama, chaos, and some really historic shifts in who's on top.
Definitely.
So today, we're going to cut through all that noise, look at the results from playoff week 3, and give you the ultimate preview of a championship game.
Yeah.
Get this. Featuring two teams who've never actually been there before at this level.
It's a really stunning setup, and if you want to grasp the level of defensive play we're talking about here, just think about this one number.
Okay.
This season, right? 20 teams, 9 weeks long, a total grind. We saw, wait for it, 50 games end in shutouts.
50. Are you serious?
50. That's half 100 games where one team just couldn't score at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
50 shutouts. I mean, that number isn't just a stat. It practically defines this whole division, doesn't it?
Exactly.
It tells you defense isn't just important. It's everything here. And the kicker, for you listening and getting ready for this final game, 11 of those 50 shutouts belong to these two teams, the ones playing for the championship.
Right. So our mission today, it's pretty clear. We need to analyze these, frankly, stunning results that got us to this point and really understand how two different underdog stories, one built on just raw power, the other maybe on perfect timing, how they collided to give us this historic first-time championship game.
Okay, let's dive right in. The huge event of the weekend, playoff game 1 over at Bethesda Park. This was the one everyone was watching.
Right.
Number 4 seed, North Gwinnett Bulldogs against the number 1 seed, Grayson-Green Rams. The defending champs, undefeated coming in.
Yeah, and the talk around this game was just bizarre, really. The Rams, okay, undefeated record, defending champs, but somehow a lot of people saw them as the underdogs here.
Why was that? It seems counterintuitive.
Well, the feeling was the bracket depth, the real tough teams this year were mostly concentrated in the other division.
Oh, okay. And that's where all the pregame talk landed.
Yeah.
Right? We keep hearing about Grayson Green's strength of schedule.
Right.
People were saying, and this is literally from listener feedback we got, they haven't played nobody. Honestly, when we used our sources last week and picked North Gwinnett to win, man, we got some serious pushback. People questioning if we knew what we were talking about.
Well, the Bulldogs, they pretty much silenced the critics, and the Rams, too, for that matter, all within the first, 3 minutes.
3 minutes? What happened?
North Gwinnett's defense came out flying. Their coordinator obviously wanted immediate pressure. They forced a 3-and-out right away on Grayson's first possession.
Okay, standard enough start.
But it wasn't just stopping the run. Their D-line, the interior guys, they got massive push, just collapsed the pocket, forced bad decisions right from the jump.
And then the offense capitalized.
Instantly. North Gwinnett's very first play from scrimmage, their star running back finds a seam, bounces off a tackler, and bang, 65-yard touchdown run.
Wow. Talk about setting the tone.
Exactly, and the momentum just completely flipped. Next Rams drive, they're under pressure again, they cough it up. Fumble, North Gwinnett jumps on it deep in Rams territory. And then moments later, another run. 51 yards this time. Touchdown. Just like that, it's 13-0. And the defending champs looked completely shell-shocked.
Okay, but they are defending champs. They didn't just roll over, did they?
No, to their credit, the Rams did settle down, found some of that championship grit. They punched back with a nice 30-yard run, cut the lead to 13-7. Game on, maybe.
Okay, a flicker of hope.
But North Gwinnett just had an answer every single time. They immediately hit back with a 60-yard TD run. Then later, another 45-yard TD run right before halftime. I mean, their offensive line was just dominant, pulling guards, double teams, executing perfectly.
So it wasn't just the running back. The line was paving the way.
Absolutely. Then, second half, the Rams obviously knew they needed something big, a spark, and they got it. Bulldogs threw a pass, maybe got a bit careless. Yep, pick six. Rams defender read it beautifully, ran it all the way back. Suddenly it's 25-14. And you're thinking, okay, this is the momentum swing, especially in youth ball, right?
Right. That could totally change the psychology of the game.
Yeah.
Was it a great play by the defender or more of a mistake by North Gwinnett, maybe getting complacent?
Looked like a bit of both, honestly. Great read by the DB, no doubt. But yeah, the pass felt forced. Maybe the Bulldogs coaches got a little too cute instead of sticking with what was working, the run game.
Okay, so 25-14, the Rams have life. What happened next?
This is the kicker. North Gwinnett special teams just slammed the door shut immediately.
Oh, tell me.
Yep. The ensuing kickoff returned 60 yards for another touchdown.
Oh, come on. That's just brutal.
It was. Total dagger. Just like saying, nope, your comeback, it ends right here.
Wow. So that running back, how many touchdowns did he end up with?
The North Gwinnett back had 5 touchdowns on the day. Just an incredible performance.
5 TDs. Okay, final score. North Gwinnett 37, Grayson-Green 21. And the significance, like you said, it's huge. North Gwinnett just took down the reigning GFL 10U champs.
And didn't they beat the other team from last year's final, too?
They did. So now they can say, look, we beat both teams from last year's championship game to get here. That's a massive statement. A huge achievement.
Okay, so that side of the bracket is settled. North Gwinnett shocks the world, or at least the seeding committee. Now, let's pivot the other side. What felt like maybe less drama, more sheer force.
Exactly. Let's go over to Harbins Park, playoff week 3, game 2. This was the number 3 seed Collins Hill Eagles versus the number 2 seed Buford-Gold Wolves.
And Buford-Gold, they were coming off that huge win against Lawrenceville Black the week before, right?
Yeah.
That must have given them confidence.
Oh, yeah, they were riding high. That Lawrenceville win sort of validated them, proved their strength, and they absolutely channeled that belief against Collins Hill. It was clinical is the word.
Clinical how? What did we see? Immediate impact again. Wolves scored first, a 12-yard TD run, 7-0. Then they scored again, first play of the second quarter, 14-0.
And Collins Hill just couldn't stop them.
The sources we looked at were pretty blunt. Said Collins Hill was, and I quote, outgunned at the point of attack.
Outgunned at the point of attack. Sounds tough. What does that actually mean on the field?
It means Buford's offensive line owned the line of scrimmage. Simple as that. They ran power, they ran counter tray, classic stuff, but executed perfectly. They got hats on hats consistently, opened up huge lanes. Collins Hill's D-line, they weren't just getting pushed back physically, they seemed lost on assignments too, missing gaps. You just can't do that against a team running that kind of power.
Yeah, that sounds like a recipe for disaster.
And against a relentless power team like Buford, any mistake you make just gets magnified instantly. Collins Hill had a fumble on a key drive.
And Buford pounced.
Immediately. Turnover leads to another quick score. Boom. 27-0. The Wolves basically scored every single time they touched the ball up to that point. It was just clean, powerful, efficient football. Like they wanted to leave zero doubt, no chance for a nervy ending.
In the final.
Buford-Gold wins easily, 34-6. So they cruise into the championship, still undefeated, which sets up this incredible final showdown.
Okay, so here we are, the big one.
Yeah.
Saturday, 1:15 p.m., Dacula High School. You've got the undefeated Buford-Gold Wolves taking on the giant-killing North Gwinnett Bulldogs. Two teams you got here in very different ways.
Totally different paths, yeah. And what's really fascinating, and you listeners who follow GFL closely need to really get this context. Yeah. It's the shift this represents.
Tell us about that.
For years, Lawrenceville has been the constant force in this age group. Think back. When these kids were 7U, 8U, 9U, Lawrenceville was always in the mix. Playing Parkview, playing Grayson-Gold in those finals. They were the program.
Okay, so they were always there.
Always. This is the first time, in recent memory anyway, that Lawrenceville isn't in the championship game. Which means we have two teams, Buford-Gold and North Gwinnett, who've never won this title before, battling for the 10U trophy. The kids call it the Blue Tent.
The Blue Tent. I like it.
It's not just another game. It really feels like a changing of the guard, a major power shift, maybe even, more parity coming into the GFL 10U division.
And you mentioned earlier, this shift wasn't just random chance. There was that controversy back in week 1, the Buford-Green protest. How did that ripple effect end up shaping this final?
Oh, it was huge. That protest, it resulted in Buford-Green getting awarded a forfeit win. Controversial decision, but it stood.
Okay, and the consequence.
That result effectively gave Lawrenceville Black a loss they wouldn't have otherwise had. According to our sources, that single loss dropped them multiple spots in the final seeding.
No way.
Yeah. Crucially, it cost them a share of the 10U South crown, messed up the head-to-head tiebreakers, pushed them down the playoff bracket into a much tougher path, which ultimately led to them getting knocked out last week by Buford-Gold.
Wow.
Yeah.
So literally an administrative decision in week 1 played a direct role in creating this historic final between two totally new teams. That's wild context.
It really is. And it brings us to the ultimate question now, doesn't it? Who wins this thing?
Right. And we have to go back to that theme, right? Defense wins championships.
Exactly. We said at the start, 50 shutouts this season overall. 11 belong to these two finalists. Okay, yeah, the scoreboard said 37-21 for North Gwinnett last week, but fundamentally, these are both teams built on defense. They know how to impose their will.
So let's break down the clash for everyone listening. Tactically, what are the big differences between these two teams going for the blue tent?
Okay, think of it like this. Buford-Gold. They're the hammer.
The hammer.
Okay. Their offense is just built around that punishing power run game. Wear you down, dominate time of possession, especially in the second half. They run right at you, downhill, great blocking schemes. They'll mix in just enough play action, maybe a quick pass here and there, just to keep the safety honest. But their goal, finish this undefeated season, prove they're the strongest. It's about pure, overwhelming force.
Okay, the hammer
Yeah.
and North Gwinnett. What's their style?
North Gwinnett looks more like the balanced attack. I mean, they just showed they can absolutely win on the ground. 5 rushing TDs against the defending champs tells you that.
Okay.
But they also have a passing game that works. They use play action effectively. They run jet sweeps, misdirection. They can beat you in different ways. It feels like they peaked at exactly the right moment. And now their focus is proving that huge win last week wasn't a fluke. It was a statement. They want to show they're the new top dog.
So it really is that classic matchup. The irresistible force meets the object that just moved the old immovable object out of the way.
Precisely. The hammer versus the balance attack that just took down the champ.
Now, the consensus prediction we're seeing, it's North Gwinnett by 1 point.
Yep.
Okay, I had to push back on that a little. Buford-Gold looked so utterly dominant last week. They put up, 27 quick points against a really respected Collins Hill defense. They're undefeated, crushing teams by an average of 28 points. Why lean towards the Bulldogs, who had a tougher four-quarter battle over the undefeated Wolves?
That's a really fair question, and it doesn't discount Buford's dominance at all. But the prediction, I think, leans on North Gwinnett peaking emotionally and tactically. It's not just about offense. It's about their experience facing that adversity last week.
Coming back from the pick six, you mean?
Exactly. Proving they can handle that momentum swing. Plus, maybe even more importantly, their defensive line rotation seems healthier, deeper than Buford's right now. And when you're facing that kind of power run game, hour after hour, depth on the D-line is absolutely crucial.
Okay, so the thinking is maybe North Gwinnett's defense is better equipped for this specific matchup.
Potentially. If North Gwinnett can force, say, 3 key turnovers, which they've shown they can do, then their balanced offense might just need to do enough to grind out a win. It's a prediction based on peaking, defense, and maybe just having faced and overcome a tougher test very recently.
That makes the razor-thin margin, that 1-point prediction, even more interesting. It really does set up an absolutely electric final.
It really does. So just to recap the key takeaways for you listening. First, North Gwinnett. They hit their stride at the perfect time. Didn't just win, they decisively beat the defending champs, made a huge statement.
Right. Point 1, North Gwinnett is peaking. Point 2.
Point 2, Buford-Gold is rolling, undefeated, dominant power run game. Until now, they've looked pretty much unstoppable. They demand respect on every single play.
Got it. The hammer is undefeated and rolling.
Mm-hmm.
And the final point.
And finally, this championship game itself, it's genuinely historic. 2 first-time contenders battling for the blue tent. It absolutely confirms that the guard is changing in GFL 10U football. Big shift happening.
So the stage is absolutely set. A truly dramatic conclusion ahead. Will the Buford-Gold Wolves cap off that perfect undefeated season and cement themselves as the new power? Or will North Gwinnett prove that momentum, balance, and maybe peaking at the right time could overcome a perfect record? Will they be crowned the new top dog?
You are definitely going to want to tune in or follow those results Saturday afternoon. It should be a classic.
Your man, Alexander Scoop Jones, coming at you live where the gridiron grows. This is the Alexander Scoop Jones podcast, breaking down the GFL news coming fast from Gwinnett County. We shine that light, ton new football, every play, every fight, it's all about the kids. Every pass, every run, we suit up on Saturday mornings, yeah, we bring that fun. So huddle up, y'all, the whistle's about to blow. Let's talk GFL and let the good times roll.